Hi all, we are going to learn about Angular components. And actually, Angular components are basic building blocks of the of Angular application. Actually, it's the smallest unit of the Angular framework. And for example, uh, assume in the student management system there can be components like student, course, uh, a lecturer, payment, certificate, like this. Here you can see in the tag, and here it mentioned what are the advantages of the Angular application. Basic advantages is it is reusability. That means it can reuse anywhere, and modularity. Uh, it's and because these component are after Angular 16, this component are standalone component. That means they are independent of each other, so we can easily test, and we can easily maintain, and we have a lot of flexibility in this one. So that's why we call highly cohesion and loose coupling, and hence it increase the performance of the application also. Here, very important concept of Angular is TypeScript. Actually, TypeScript is the language we use to write uh, Angular applications. Actually, TypeScript is developed using JavaScript. So we call as a superset of JavaScript, and it has type safety because in TypeScript in TypeScript variables and constant data type is must. So so we call it type safety or static typing, uh, and uh, when you write code in TypeScript, it convert to JavaScript, and then render by the browser. Here, uh, here we give a list of advantages in TypeScript because of the we can because of the static typing. We can find errors related to data types in the compile time, rather than going to uh, rather than find it in the runtime like JavaScript. So we can find errors as early as possible, and it supports lot of tooling tools and namespace and code structuring also. Here we are going to do we are going to create the Angular component. In that case, we use ng command, ng gc, g for generate, c for component, and after that we have to have the component name. Example, student list. We can do ng gc student list. In that case, um, if you after typing this command, it will create four files. One TS file, another is Spectre TS file, and HTML file and CSS file. This Spectre TS file we normally use for unit testing. So actually, if you are if you are so if you are not doing a unit testing, you don't want this this Spectre TS file. So we can remove using script's command. In that case, we can type nggc component name and script. Here you can see this command. After this command, you can see in the app folder, you can see another folder called student list, and in that folder, you can see three files: CSS file, HTML file, and TS file. In these three file, in TS file, we type the business project. In HTML file, we type the presentation, and CSS file, we type the we add any additional UI related designs. We are going to learn about TypeScript variables. Actually, variables are memory location or memory address in the hard disk or RAM, and in that memory, in the variables, we can store either real values or memory addresses. Or references. Inside the variable, we can store a string, that means alphanumeric characters or numbers, or either or list or other any other object. Here you can see uh, examples of the variables. Here number, string. Also we can use any keyword. It refers any type of data. It can be number, string, boolean, or object. Here you can see how I initialize those variables here. And here here you can see in the I assign one to the student ID. My name is student name, phone number, email, course, and is fully paid. And this is actually here we type the string in the TS file. Actually, this we call it a controller. Controller for this project, Angular. And here you can see the format, how to create variable and assign value. Here is the variable name, then the data type and the value. And now we are going to bind those variable values to our HTML or view. In that case, we can use this is a two-way binding. We call bidirectional data binding. In Angular, we call string interpolation. It has two brackets, and inside that variable name is there. And in this one, if controller variable name got changed, that means a TS file variable name changed, that HTML variable I will get error, and it affect to HTML or view of the Angular. Here you can see with examples. In this one, you can see how string interpolation or two-way data binding happen because of the two-way because of two-way data binding, we don't want to write a lot of, because of this, we don't want to write a lot of code. Instead of, we can easily bind it. Then uh, we can say uh, less codes, more words, using this kind of binding. You can see, you can check this example how I am going to bind it. You can select those value from the HTML. We don't want to type actually. Mm, Here you can see I change any variable name like goes, it automatically reflect. If you do in controller or TS file, it will automatically detect from the HTML. If you change the variable name, uh, name in the HTML from the TS file or controller, it will automatically detect. And you can see how this uh, string interpolation happen in the Angular. Here, here is the student component HTML file content. How I bind it. Uh, in the pull page, I use return controller. If pull page true, we say we display payment completed. Otherwise, we display payment pending. Here, um, actually, now now I am going to display this in the uh, in our main program. Main program is in our main component. Our main component is app component. In that case, we copy that selector of the student list to app component dot HTML, and then we have to import the student list component also. Uh, Nowadays, using GitHub Copilot, we can automatically fix that issue, but it's always good to do this manually to get more understanding. Now here you can see see our see all our detail. In future we are going to style this web page, and uh, some libraries like Bootstrap and Tailwind CSS. In next lesson we are going to learn about directives like if ng4 and pipes, uh, pipes are using pipes. We are transform values, transform data, and display expected output. Thank you for watching.